Oh no no, Wangari Maathai, spreading so far, the sweet soul for good, fallen soldier, Twaitaji Wasafi. Oh no no, Mama Wangari.
You have stopped the wind also. Wait until we light many lights and lighting our spirits. You are beautiful Kenya. Yeah, things are working. Thank you. Now, the most powerful light. Let's clap for him. But let it be a sign from Freedom Corps. And this is actually the place where the tent of the mothers was. And for that we remember it very special. Mungu atukumbushe. In fact, today is a great day that the Kenya police and the whole government machinery is at the Freedom Corps. Not to disperse people, but to make them united so that they can be able to prepare for the viewing of Wangari Maathai's body tomorrow. It is a great miracle. Asante sana. Let's go now and remember a few speeches which are going to come from the leaders at Angu. Karibuni.
Wangari Maathai, oh no no, Wangari Maathai.
Wangari Maathai anasema usikate miti. Very good. Na on the same breath she is asking, kama yeye hataki ukate miti, kwa nini kama mwanadamu uwaze, ufikirie, upange kukata watu? That is the question. Na kwa hivyo usikate miti ni kwamba alisimamia usawa wa kila kitu.
Dr. Wangari Maathai vile ametritiwa hapa Kenya, wengi wanauliza kwa sababu gani Kenya inakaa hivyo na mama kiongozi hata kishaguliwa badala kuwa waziri wa mambo ya mazingira, jambo ambalo imempatia Nobel Peace Prize katika ulimwengu yote. Number 1 katika ulimwengu mambo ya mazingira, ambassador wa Congo Basin, kama vile tuko na ambassador for peace huko hapa. Dr. Wangari Maathai ambassador wa Congo Basin 204 katika number 1 Kenya, nchi ya ajabu, anapatiwa assistant minister.
Tulikuwa hapo na Profesa Wangari Maathai, tukapanda miti, tukaweka kibao ya kuhifadhi mazingira. Sijui riot squad walikuwa wangapi, tukatwangwa hapa, tukanywa tear gas, lakini tunaona matunda ya yale ambayo tumekuwa tukipigania, wale ambao wamepoteza maisha yao, wale ambao wameteseka, lakini we are not out of the woods yet. The prize of liberty is eternal vigilance. Mimi ninakumbuka nikiangalia hii Nyayo House, nakumbuka kulikuwa na picture ilichapishwa kwa gazeti ya Nation. Ati kuna mtu alikuwa huko ndani na ilikuwa Jumapili, akapigwa picha akiwa halfway kule. Ati aliruka, serikali inasema aliruka kutoka ghorofa ya 22, yeye akaruka kwa dirisha. Mimi nikajiuliza, je, huyu ambaye alipiga picha alijuaje kitambo huyu mtu ataruka? Akasimama hapa akachukua hiyo picha. Wanaona sisi wengine ni tubabu tu. Tukisema mambo ya ukweli,
tunataka tujue ni nani alirusha huyo mtu akapoteza maisha yake. Mambo kama hayo. You cannot have a new beginning unless you have the courage to confront your past.
Yes.
Ili tuwe na new beginning. Mambo kama hayo yote tunataka kujua ukweli.
Oh, yes.
Sasa Njogu, tutakuwa na nyinyi, lakini Profesa Wangari Maathai alikuwa mama kama nyinyi, ametuaga. Sasa huo mzigo alikuwa akibeba, mjue uko on your shoulders. Mkuwe kipaumbele, tutasimama na nyinyi, tuendelee ile yale yote ambaye alikuwa akipigania, tufike mwisho wake. We must get what she lived for, what she died for, and that we must achieve as a way of honoring her. Mungu awabariki na abariki nchi yetu ya Kenya. Asante.
I am reminded of the 2 Timothy verse 4 verse 7 that says that Wangari has fought the good fight. She has finished the race. She has kept the faith. And no doubt, wherever she is now, she has received the cup of righteousness from the righteous judge, not from the kind of hypocrisy we see here, trying to adorn her with accolades, and yet they would never hear anything about that when she was alive. And that is what I want to decry. The hypocrisy of our nation, the hypocrisy of our state and political class. Yes, indeed, a state funeral Wangari deserves, because if there's anybody who deserves that kind of a state, it's Wangari Maathai for the work that she did. But I wish the people who are giving her the state funeral indeed are mourning her with honesty and not laughing that indeed somebody they could not manipulate anymore is no longer in their way. And therefore, even as we celebrate that indeed, finally, let's hope indeed there is some genuineness in the state funeral, maybe we should be asking the question, is the state celebrating a true icon, or are they celebrating the fall of a giant who will no longer stand in their way as they continue to plunder and, amass the various, However, what the state doesn't understand is that Wangari's spirit will live forever. Her legacy will live on. Because for every act of insubordination, every act of terror that they rained on her, it gave birth to so many Wangaris in so many of you. And we must continue that work, because that spirit, that faith, that knowledge that the state can never stop us unless we let it, will carry on. I want to ask the state, as it celebrates Wangari's life tomorrow and gives her a state send-off, that if Wangari's life should mean anything, that tomorrow they unveil a project or a program of how they are going to implement all the various resolutions that Wangari fought for on the environment, on peace, on poverty, on our human rights, on all the issues and the dots that Wangari connected for us.
Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Wangari was born as a small girl, as a baby girl. Like all girls, all women of any status are born as small baby girls. But she died a different death. She died as the proud daughter of Africa, the proud daughter of Kenya, and the first Nobel Peace Prize winner in the world. So let us say koheri to her with a clap of joy.
Professor Wangari Maathai, an extraordinary and courageous woman who successfully devoted her life to the struggle for democracy, ecological sustainability, women and human rights. With her charismatic personality and her unwavering personal dedication, she has made tremendous achievements that are an indelible impact. Since the announcement of her passing, the Kenyans for Peace with Truth and Justice email list has been abuzz with tributes for the late professor, most of which are personal memories of persons who are impacted by the work she has done. Wangari was fearless and defiant at a time when most critical voices in Africa were engulfed by debilitating silence resulting from censorship. Her persistent defiance of the Moi regime came at a high cost to her well-being, but she did not waver. She articulated for accountability long before it was a safe buzzword. Beyond the ecology movement, she joined the struggle for democratic and social rights of citizens and has been one of the most famous international ambassadors for African women.
Kenya tupiganie